Another Sydney apartment with defects. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.heise here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee. We're going to have a look at an article from ABC News which is discussing, well, another Sydney complex with defects. Now, here's the thing. Defects happen. That's part of construction. Buildings are complex and they're unique. Okay, it's not like something turned off a factory. But normally, the builder will come back and rectify defects. Or, before you even inspect for them, they've gone through, checked, and identified them, so whatever's left is just a minor thing. But it seems to not be happening like that anymore, guys. I know, we've looked at several projects, and it's not just in Sydney, but Sydney is getting a lot of the attention because the media's piling on there, that have had defects and issues and problems. I do not know why someone will be confident enough buying an apartment in Australia at the moment. I don't know why. I guess maybe the location, it's all they can afford, they don't know any better, or I don't know. You tell me, guys. You tell me. It's probably because I've seen too much, and digging into all of this stuff, yeah, it doesn't fill me with any confidence. So, the builder of Sydney's infamous Opal Tower has been hit with an order by the New South Wales Building Commissioner to fix a number of defects in a separate residential complex. Icon Co New South Wales Proprietary Limited was issued with the order last Thursday over a number of defects in the Rosebery complex, but has denied any link to the project, telling the ABC it will dispute the claim. Well, if they're not involved in it, then why are they being issued with it? This is going to be interesting. The list of defects included waterproofing issues on the roof and in the basement, corroding balustrade which pose a threat of collapse, as well as fire safety issues. The Otto 2 development at 3238 Rothschild Avenue was inspected by government officials earlier this year after more than 5 years after it was completed. See, this is the thing. It's 5 years, guys. How many of these issues are maintenance? That's the question I have. There's the thing. Here's the problem. When you're building these buildings, you've got a developer that probably just wants to get it done, make it look nice, and sell it. And they may build it and design it in such a way to limit their costs, not to make it easier to maintain, not to limit they're more interested in just pushing it out the door. Whereas if you design for maintenance and longevity of the building, that can cost more and result in other decisions. I've seen it, guys. This is the thing. It's just that this is why you need to have potential buyers, particularly off-the-plan buyers, already sitting in the meetings and the development decisions. Because people are buying these things. I don't know if this is the case, but they're buying these bloody apartments off the plan. So then, if it hasn't been designed, they should get a say in the whole process. They should be sent the minutes when they're making decisions to clad it in a particular product that needs to be washed every 6 months. They should have a say. These all have implications. Because you get warranties and all this stuff for products, and then they have these terms and conditions of maintenance that just blow it out the water. I saw it on a fridge, little fridge, which specified for mine. Builder wanted an alternative to the scope one. They did the builder's price check and found a cheaper Chinese knockoff. You had to turn it off every couple of hours to meet the warranty. So, in June, the project's two developers, Capital Corporation and Hillsong Church's property branch, Sydney Christian Life Centre, were the first to be hit with orders to rectify the defects. But Icon Co is now facing an order of its own, with the Office of the Building Commissioner deeming it is also responsible as it purchased the apartment builders Icon Constructions Australia and shared its directors for the last 5 years. Okay. This is getting messy. This is just getting so messy. Julian Doyle and Nicholas Brown ended their roles as directors of Icon Co New South Wales in November, 3 weeks after Icon Construction Australia was wound up, which they had also been directors since 2012. But a spokesman said Icon Co New South Wales has nothing to do with the residential complex and declined to answer any questions. There's going to be a legal battle over this. This is just going to be a complete mess. This is going to be a complete mess. And this is the thing, with a building like this size, you're in a little socialist world there. It's a body corporate or whatever it is in New South Wales. You all got to agree to do everything. You've all got to... We're a little specky. You get up there on the roof and patch it yourself if you need to. Icon Constructions Australia is facing claims from creditors in excess of 30 million, including about 20 million from the Owners Corporation of Otto 1 and 2. A remaining director of Icon Co. New South Wales, Motohiro Umahara, is also director of yet another Icon business, Icon SI, which was recently awarded a $64 million contract to redevelop the North Sydney Olympic Pool. Icon's companies are owned by Icon Co Holdings, which was purchased by the Australian branch of Japanese construction giant Kajima. So here's the pool that they're doing, apparently. So, Icon Co has been at the centre of legal disputes over Sydney's Sydney's Opal Tower at Olympic Park, which was evacuated on Christmas Eve in 2018 after large cracks appeared. A fortnight ago, the company was also ordered to fix fresh problems with the tower, including defective aluminium sunshades, which could fall from the facade and cause harm to building occupants. A spokesman for Sydney Christian Life Centres said the current circumstances with the Otto building complex were very disappointing. We feel for the residents caught in this situation, he said. It is our hope and priority to do all in our power to ensure that the recipient parties of the orders work together to ensure that any items identified by the development are independently assessed and quickly fixed. This is going to be a nightmare for people in these buildings. Guys. I mean, he said SCLC would comply with the orders and work with Capital Corporation to rectify any items and hope that Icon Co. New South Wales would comply with the order despite Icon Constructions going into liquidations. There you go. Well, if they've wound up the company, does it exist anymore? A spokesman for New South Wales Fair Trading would not comment on Icon Co.'s denial of responsibility, but said developers across the city need to ensure their buildings are safe and compliant. Yeah, but it's 5 years. The building commissioner has made a number of prohibition and rectification orders on apartment buildings in New South Wales to ensure they are built to the highest standard, he said. All building work rectification orders on buildings must be complied with. The building commissioner acts in the interests of the people of New South Wales and will continue to demand that building standards are what apartment buyers expect and deserve. So, what's the solution to all of this, everyone? Well, let's have a bit of a talk. So, with regards to confidence in the apartment-ish sector, number one, I would not buy off the plan because you don't know what you're getting. It can change. We've seen examples where in New South Wales is really insane with how it can all change. Someone bought a apartment off the plan, was meant to have a little outdoor area, and it turned into a garden that he couldn't even access. So it's just crazy. Number one, I wouldn't even take that risk. But you know, I don't think that's going to be a risk with too many of the viewers of this channel. But also, we need to look at the way these buildings are procured. Often it's via design and construct method, where the entire design team, the consultant team, even the certifier, who's the traditional, the traditional policeman in many ways of the construction sector, is all under the builder. So you're working for the developer, then you get shifted under the builder. Then if there's an issue, your communication path to the developer is gone. Or if you destroy that relationship with the builder, you lose a significant amount of work. That's the problem with this methodology. Sure, it can work, but you know, I've seen it work very successfully on mines where they operate it. The builder operates it for a year before handing it over, but not like a little apartment. We're seeing a lot of these issues. That's what I suspect would be part of the problem. I'd also look at having multiple certifiers in play, not just one. So if there's any issues or conflicts of interest, that there's less chance of literally that manifesting in dodgy buildings. I'd also suggest that we need to have more knowledge coming from the market and more demands from the market. We need clerk of works back or clerk of works back. You know, that annoying bastard who went on site and just supervised everything and noted it all down. They don't exist anymore. And finally, and this is going to sound completely biased, you need to pay enough to get it documented properly. Honestly, that's the thing. People are cutting corners everywhere. You know, there you go. What do you reckon, guys? Would you buy an apartment Do you think we're ever going to find a solution? Do you think having a department and a superintendent running around is going to fix long-term problems? We'll have to see. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one. And thank you very much to the viewer who sent this to me via Discord. I really appreciate it. Take care, guys. If you're a fan and enjoy the content, support us by joining YouTube, Patreon, sign up for SelfWealth or Stake, use our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or AussieBroadband, buy a merch from HeiseSays, use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or support us via PayPal. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.